I don't believe I'm saying this, but I have to agree with the Tea Party when they say government is too big. If they mean the Workers' Compensation Board, where advocates can tell me today is the 12th when says right on my computer it's the 13th, and that my hearing is not for today but for tomorrow. Now, what kind of court advocate, supposedly for the worker, will mislead them? And why should a judge have to decide when to fire an attorney who knew you flew from Seattle to New York City for the hearing, and they do not inform you of the hearing, and in the court records there's a claim that Liberty Mutual showed proof? I don't believe it. So why am I supporting attorneys who didn't do their job, who didn't have me there at that hearing? What collusion happened? Because I know I did not receive quite a few checks from Liberty Mutual. So who's lying? Are my attorneys saying I lied? Is that why they kept me from the hearing and claimed I lost? Which was the reason why I fired them in the first place? So why should a judge tell me that they're supposed to get paid out of this poor man's money when they did not represent me properly that time? And I sure as hell didn't want them to represent me this time. That's why they received, what, third or fourth certified mail return receipt that I have. I shouldn't have to depend upon a judge to fire my attorney because of their either incompetence or outright lying to the person they're supposed to be representing, which they didn't represent me at that time. For the courts to pay these people, Popish, Reef, Temeraro law firm, monies as this poor man's meager funds. I don't drive a Cadillac. I don't live in a $1 million condo like they do. And they're getting paid for not properly representing me. Your Honor, in Workers' Compensation Court, why the hell are you getting paid? Because it's definitely not to represent me. Because it seems at the last hearing, the judge didn't question the attorneys why I was not there. So if the Workers' Compensation Court is not representing the workers or holding up their rights, you guys don't need to be there. Like another thing I agree with the Tea Party. Social Security law game, because that's what it is. If a doctor, if several doctors claim that a person is disabled, you don't need a lawyer to interpret that. You need a lawyer only for the lawyer's benefit to get paid, for the judge's benefit to have a job. Those jobs aren't needed. Social Security is wasting government money, the people's money, supporting judges that don't need to be there, and supporting lawyers who are getting paid for nothing. Where's the Constitution in all this? People aren't free in this country if they need attorneys. After several specialists has declared a person disabled, the government should accept that. So why does the government make the poor pay these lawyers salaries when they're not really doing a job? Or the judges in Social Security court? Because I haven't had my hearing on why there has been a deduction and why every time there's a printout they put a higher sum than what I'm getting. I agree with the Tea Party. Some parts of our government is too big and we need to cut the fat. If the advocates at workers' comp cannot give a disabled person the truth, if that disabled person is unsatisfied with his attorney and has been for years trying to fire them, why should they get paid today? You're robbing the poor to support the rich. And that shouldn't be in this country. We don't have a hierarchy. Or maybe we do. Because there seems to be too much injustice where the poor man pays the bill for the rich man in this country.